Sets of values may be represented in a graph, showing points and lines at different positions and gradients. Other ways to show data concisely are bar charts, pie charts, histograms, line graphs, scatter plots, dot plots, pictographs, frequency distribution tables, and cumulative tables. In a chart, the vertical scale is called the y-axis, and the horizontal scale is the x-axis. The z-axis is the depth of an object when describing three-dimensional coordinates. The legend on a diagram is a list to one side that describes what these axes stand for. Note that the plural axes has a long vowel sound. Compare the plural of axe, which is axes, with a short vowel. The scales may refer to different ranges, values, variables, and other measurements. Random means occurring without a definite aim, reason, or pattern. Random samples are taken in a survey to get a true picture of the facts or data, without any bias towards certain choices being introduced by the person doing the sampling. The operators of public games of chance, such as lotteries, go to great lengths to choose random numbers, so that those operating the system cannot cheat by improving the likelihood of a particular outcome. Random outcomes do not preclude unusual and striking coincidences. A coincidence is unconnected events happening at the same time that appear to be linked or have a common cause, and comes from the Latin for falling together. Algebra is the branch of mathematics that enables us to create generalized statements or models using numbers and letters and symbols to represent variables and unknowns. It lets us describe relationships that can be illustrated by, but not described or resolved by, arithmetical calculations. Algebra first appeared under this name in the 16th century, prior to which the only branches of mathematics were arithmetic and geometry. The word comes from the Arabic for reunion of broken parts, referring to the way it simplifies the mathematical expressions. The subject is divided into elementary algebra and abstract or modern algebra. A mathematician who studies this is an algebraist, and the adjective is algebraic. An algebraic term may consist of a constant and a variable. For example, 3b. The number 3 is the constant, as it never changes. The letter B is the symbol that represents a value that is unknown or may change, and it can be thought of as a placeholder. In the term 3b, the number is called the coefficient, and it is written immediately in front of the variable, whereas in arithmetic there would be a multiplication sign in the centre. An algebraic expression shows how the terms are related. Like terms are ones that are the same except for the coefficient, e.g. 4b, 5b, 9b. An algebraic fraction contains an algebraic expression with its numerator and or its denominator. The number pi has its own Greek symbol and is an irrational constant, a value that stays the same, and its decimal notation is never ending, starting with 3.14. It denotes the ratio of a circle's diameter to its circumference, and its value is the circumference divided by the diameter. In other words, there are 3.14 diameters in the circumference. It is used to calculate the area and circumference of a circle. As a fraction, it is approximately 22/7. The fraction 355/113 is a much closer approximation. I can't resist adding in a note on Pi Day USA on March 14th, which is 3/14, similar to the decimal value 3.14, or a possible Pi Day UK on the 22nd of July, which is 22/7. I do remember celebrating for 1 minute in the lunch break at work the momentous point in time at 12:34 p.m. on the 5th of June 1978, which is most of the numerals in sequence. 12:34, 5, 6, 78. However, I don't remember celebrating at 23:45 on 6/7/89. Finally, I think you ought to have at your fingertips the well-known rhyme for remembering how to write pi to 20 decimal places, counting the letters in each word, and with the comma standing for the decimal point. Sir, I bear a rhyme excelling in mystic force and magic spelling. Celestial sprites elucidate all my own striving can't relate. To an outsider, our shorthand, just like the ineffable, indefinable value of pi, is a mysterious and magical notation, meaningful only to the initiated and certain special persons. But to you and me, it is a simple, clear, logical and easily learned system of representation, available to everyone, which, like mathematics, speeds up our ability to represent words and ideas on paper.